All over my life. Spirit move me, Spirit teach me, Spirit move me, Spirit lead me. I wanna know you more in my life. Spirit move me, Spirit teach me, Spirit lead me, Spirit move me. I wanna know you more in my life. Spirit move me, Spirit teach me, Spirit lead me, Spirit move me. Yeah, I wanna know you more in my life. Spirit move over me, Spirit. I wanna know you more, in my life, in my life, in my life. Spirit move me, Spirit teach me, Spirit lead me. I wanna know you more, know you more. Ooh, Spirit teach me, Spirit lead me, Spirit move me in the direction you want me to go. I'm your disciple, I'm your disciple. Move me, Spirit, all over my life. Move, Spirit, Spirit, move, Spirit, move in my life, all over my life, move in my life. Lead me, teach me, I need your guidance. I'm lost without you. Spirit move me, Spirit teach me, Spirit lead me. I wanna know you more.
Tune in to the leading internet radio station in the mother city, Radio East River. For more information, log on to our website, which is www.radioeasterriver.co.za.
Radio East River. Radio East River. Radio East River. Radio East River.
Yeah. Molweni makhaya, singu Radio East River, sifumaneka kuzo zonke social media platforms.
Are we on? Yeah. Good morning to all our Radio East River viewers on Facebook, on TikTok. Good morning, and what a pleasant day it is for us here at Radio East River, and especially for On the Couch with Doc. The program today is officially 1 year old at Radio East River. And in the studio with me, I have the station manager, J.O., that will be facilitating the first few minutes of this program. And we will be doing just that. The rest of the program is going to be with myself and Dr. Francois, and we will be speaking about the many faces of bullying. This is prevalent in our society, in our schools, and in our workplaces. And we had a program on bullying, and there was a request that we speak more often about this topic, and we deemed it fit because November is also anti-bullying month, or there's a day in November with regards to that. So we deemed it fit on the couch with Doc to then have this program again and just go into a deeper depth about bullying and anti-bullying regarding. So how do I start this program? This was my thought last night. How do I start this program on the first birthday of On the Couch with Doc? And it dawned on me this morning that there is a song that I love very much, and it was with me. It speaks of gratitude. It speaks of thankfulness. It speaks of humility, etc. And this song, in particularly sung by Andre Crouch, is very dear to my heart. And let's go there. And the song is my tribute. And today, this is my tribute to this first year with Radio East River and the staff here at Radio East River that made me feel welcome from the get-go. I will speak and reflect on the year after the song. So on the couch with Doc says thank you to God, thank you to Radio East River for the opportunity. And this is the song, How Can I Say Thanks for All the Things That You've Done for Me, by Andre Crouch. Let's take a listen and let's go there.
Are you a business owner, farmer, employer, or manager? CISA helps you with all your labor law and legal compliance needs. Let us take care of your UIF, OHS, BEE, POPI compliance and labor law, so that you can focus on running your business with peace of mind. Visit us at cisa.co.za. That's SEESA.co.za. Since 1998. CISA. Your business sorted.
For all the things that you've done for me, things so undeserved, yet you gave to prove your love to me. words of a billion angels could not express my gratitude. All that I am and ever hope to be, I owe it all to thee.
Hey, Mr. Brown, feeling down? Listen to the leading internet radio station in Cape Town. Verpletter plesier, luister naar Radio Eerste Rivier. Dis ons stasie, ons talent en julle bly lekker, onze mense.
Yes, to God be the glory, and that is exactly what I'm saying on this day, the first birthday of On the Couch with Doc. It's to God be the glory, because that is, J.O., exactly what I am saying, because I cannot take any credit for what God has done throughout this year and how this came about.
Thank you yet again for all the listeners and the viewers that is tuning into Radio yesterday, especially on the couch with Doc. It's really a privilege to sit beside you, inviting me to come and have the seat before your guests arrive. And just noting that to every listener and viewer on Radio yesterday, that is your first year. But from my side, I have a question that I want to ask you, is that reflecting on your first year of On the Couch with Doc, give us, I know, I'm going to take you back to the first day and how you have put everything, to sample to the listeners and viewers, it was not like this, it was a discussion, and by the means, by all is, Radio yesterday we believe in giving people chances.
Yes.
We want you to actually, prove yourself what you are capable of.
Yeah.
And that is what I'm talking about. Besides me, Doc, well done for your first year. But reflecting on your first year is what we want to know, eh?
Okay. If I should reflect on the first year, or maybe I should start the week before I started.
Let's do it like that, yes. The week before. The week before,
on the Wednesday, I came in for a program Is It Time to Decide? With Gillian, and I was coming as to be interviewed and to talk about the Bible school and what we are all about and so on. Little did I know that God had other plans, but the plan of God stays consistent. That is what I have found out throughout my life, that the plan of God stays consistent. He says, I know the plans I have for you. So God's plan for you and for your life never changes. Sometimes, yes, it's us that deviates and move in our own ways and in our own plans. Because what I'm doing here at Radio East River was the plan of God for me without me knowing. And in my heart, I had the desire to do exactly that, but on my own, on Facebook.
On your own, yes.
As you can remember, when you asked me after Gillian's program, don't you want your own show? Yes, I was stunned. I was surprised. I was out of my socks, and when you asked me, what are you going to call the show? After I said yes, can you still remember? I immediately
gave an
answer without thinking, because the name of the program was already birthed.
Yes, true.
The name of the program was already birthed, On the Couch with Doc, and I suddenly, and I think I said to you, this can only be God. And I explained that what I wanted to do this year on Facebook, etc. And God just turned things.
He turned the things around and he opened up the door.
He opened the door, and I am so grateful to Radio Israel for the opportunity that was afforded to me. And I would say my partner, Dr. FRANCOIS SWART, who is on every third Thursday on the program. He's a regular. But this was for me personally, as far as radio is concerned, this was a growing year. I grew. I can truly say that I grew. The way I structured my program, well, I'm a structured person. I'm an administrator by skill, I would call it. And the way I structured my program, that is the way I envisage any program should run. Because if you have a cue sheet, you cannot go wrong.
Correct. Yes, you cannot.
Especially when you host a talk show. When you have your notes, when you have your cue sheet, when you have guests, etc. Like there's a guest that I'm about to interview, and I said to the person, look, we will have a meet and greet because I don't know her. we will have a meet and greet, and then discuss the program.
Yes.
You know, because to me, I don't want with Jillian's program. I came for an interview about the Bible school, but on the day of the program, I was taken on a detour. I had 15 minutes to talk about the Bible school, and the others was impromptu. It was impromptu. It was. I mean, I literally.
Out of mind, yes.
I literally, by the grace of God and by the leading of the Holy Spirit, ventured from Genesis to Revelations through the Bible, but impromptu. I was not prepared, not in the least. But that is God. That is how God works. He puts things into perspective and just bring things out in the open. But it was a good year. It was a fantastic year. There was fantastic guest that was on the program, Vivian Kleinans that was here, and Dawn Peterson that was here. All the other guests that came through the studio, Shemaine, and so on. It was profound people that came and that made an impact on people's lives. And yeah, it was really a good year. If I can reflect, I can but just echo Andre Crouch and say, to God be the glory.
Yes, I mean, to the beautiful words that you have said, they talk. You know, it's really always a privilege, you know, to know that, you know, you found your other home.
Yes.
Let me put it as that.
Absolutely.
You have found your other home. Your comfort zone it's been laid down. You understand? Without you knowing, you understand, you had the love of what you're doing. You had everything already in mind. But yet again, you were blessed with so many. And yet it was a year that's passed by.
Yes.
And may you be blessed always. You know, yeah, the Radio East River, the team, we assist where we can.
Yeah.
You understand? I believe that, you know, like I always tell my team, I need to lean on each and every one of you.
Yes.
Because these days that I'm going to need you, because I already choose you as my family.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I don't want anyone to feel different or be different, because at the end of the day, we are all one.
Yeah.
So either you are a guest or the presenter.
Yes.
I will treat you with the utmost respect that
Yes.
I have in me, because at the end of the day, when you leave Radio East River, I want to see that smile, especially the guests that you bring in.
Yeah.
And I've noted that throughout the year already, your guests come in, they just want to come in, and it's so lekker hier by Radio East River, it's so fantastic.
Yes.
And like I said, the smile on the face speaks for me. That is my motto. A smile on someone's face speaks for me.
Yes, definitely. What I further want to say is to be able to, if there's times that I personally can't make it to the studio, and this was another growing and learning curve for me, to be able to pre-record my show, to sit with a guest and to record, and then to cue everything into sequence as to how it should go. And when the tech guy comes and presents the show, even though not in view of the viewers, but for people to still listen to Radio East River and to get the program, because I believe that we should never let the program go void.
Yes.
In
other words, yes.
Yeah, and just play music. People they look forward to the show. They become accustomed to the show.
Here we
go. And yeah, they look forward to Thursday to know what is going to come next. You know.
Correct. Yes.
And for me to always trust God for thought-provoking conversation. Because on the couch with Doc is about a conversation.
Yes.
A conversation that needs to make an impact. A conversation that needs to bring a relevant and cutting edge information to people, but also to to equip people, and especially the church at large, to equip them with what the Bible says, to make the Bible come alive. But because there are many topics that are not being discussed in the church per se.
That's true.
And On the Couch with Doc tends to bring those topics to the people as candid as possible, straight, with no compromise, because I'm not dependent on the tithing of the congregation. Yes. So as to, I don't want to ruffle any feathers, etc. I'm not dependent on that. So I'm going to give it to you as the Bible prescribed, what it means, bring to the listeners and the viewers the relevancy of what it is, but also with my partner, Dr. Francois SWART, to also address and have the conversation of mental health issues and all the issues that people might have outside, whether it is physical, whether it is psychological, whether it is psychiatric, whether it is of whatever nature, whether it is of marital problems, etc., etc. We tend to want to equip the people out there and the listeners, viewers of Radio East River with the relevant information to navigate and to steer themselves through life. And because we believe that we are for the kingdom, we believe that we are for the community, we believe that we are there for everybody, and everyone is precious in the sight of God, and therefore God has called us and instituted On the Couch with Doc through Radio East River to be that voice that people can listen to, that authentic voice that people can listen to without prejudice.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So yes, Doc, thank you so much, man. Once again, many blessings, like I've mentioned, throughout more years to come on the Radio East River. And obviously, I've mentioning there, the question was obviously reflecting on the first year of On the Couch with Doc. Thank you so much for coming through. Mentioning those that was here, that will still be coming, because obviously, like the two of us know that people progresses positively in life, that would want to come back here to Radio East River less than 3 months to just to speak of not what and how they do with the community, but it's also for us the outside that's listening to Radio East River also to understand in that moment. You understand? So yet again, I want to say congratulations for your first year. And I know for a mere fact, doors have been opened for you for many things in your entire life.
Thank you.
You understand? And you for being that, being that person, that humble person, and like I mentioned to the listeners, viewers, to understand that when you cannot make a new pre-record, you understand, you are the first guy, you are the first one to do that, here at the Radio East River, and you have mentioned as well that, it sounds that you are here, but then you're not here. And that has been so many times, because once you do your pre-record, it gets played here, we close the door, and it seems like that there is somebody inside, and people are like, wow, somebody's busy, but then nobody's sitting here talking. Doc is not here, but your spirit is here.
Yes,
because spirit leads us.
Thank you.
What's your theme song? Let me close over this conversation. What's your theme song when you open up? Spirit lead me. May the Spirit lead you.
Thank you.
To a place where you can call home at the end of the day.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
So, Doc, blessings upon your first year. May there be many more with Radio East River.
Yes.
And my team salute you for always being perfect. And, you respect us. And I want to say to Dr. Francois SWART as well, that he's standing here, Thank you for your work. Thank you so much for you also, Doc, for supporting, for the show as well, On the Couch with Doc. All right.
Thank you.
So thank you yet again for each and every one that is tuning in. Keep locked on, because On the Couch is still going to get more interesting. But the guest is here, Dr. Francois SWART is here, and you have a joy of a fulfilled day, with the hours on the couch with Doc.
Thank you, Jo. Thank you for being here and the impromptu queuing you on that seat next to me. What a pleasure to work with you and the team. It is indeed a privilege. And we will now start and go over to our show. As I said, the many faces of bullying. Dr. Francois has arrived, and we will start the show with Stop the Bully Song by Mary Opara. And let's take a listen to that.
Get ready for a day of great music and good vibes with Radio East River. On the 29th of November 2024 from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We will be broadcasting live from ShopRite Westgate Mall. Join us as we bring you the best tunes while you shop, relax and enjoy the energy of the mall. Whether you're picking up your groceries or just browsing, Radio East River team will be there, bringing the sound of the community to life. Come hang out with us for a fun-filled day. Great music, great shopping, great company. See you there. Radio East River, our station, our challenge, our people.
As I dread another day full of sadness, I cannot comprehend why I am being tormented. So I hurt so much and cannot sleep at night. If I take my life today, will your hearts be filled with joy? Will you like it if I'm gone? Will you feel forever peace? If you hear the right and come, turn your back and smile. Will you like it if I'm gone? Would you love it when I'm gone? Mind the bull in me, you think I'm different? Does it take away your pain when you hurt me? Stop the telling lies, spreading false rumors about me. Don't mock who I am and turn it into memes. Sitting at a table, wishing someone would eat with me. I can get beyond the pain that I'm feeling. Stop it with the threats. Stop physically abusing me. Stop bullying me, cyberbullying me, and let me be. If I take my life today, will your heart be filled with joy? smile. Will you like it if I'm gone? Would you love it when I'm gone? So before you bully someone, think. 'Cause their life is no mistake. And their life is also worthy of love. So stop the bullying. So stop the bullying. So stop the bullying. 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 Stop the bullying.
Awe, isitishi sase-radio isiriva. Isitishi sethu, abantu bethu, isiphiwo sethu.
Yes, stop the bullying. That is what Mary Opora says right at the end of that song. Stop the bullying. And we are here in the studio this morning to again address that atrocity, something that is infringing on the humanity and the human dignity of a person, that one person should overpower, should, I would call it, hurt another person, and then find joy in doing that. And we are here to discuss that. And I say, welcome to my dear friend and colleague and partner here on Radio East River every third Thursday, as you became accustomed to, that Dr. FRANCOIS SWART is in the studio with me, and we are going to talk about that. Can you just greet the people?
Yeah, hi all the people and so on. Lovely day outside. Sorry, I'm late. The traffic is quite hectic outside there. And then on my colleague here, Dr. Graham, very congratulations from my side. I can give you a high five.
Yes, definitely.
It's wonderful to sit with you. Can you believe it? The year is gone.
Yes, yes.
I don't know what is the problem of the time, but it seems as we become older, and so the time is going faster than usual.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. And from my side, it's a privilege to be with you on this program. I think it's a very original program, and I think the listeners don't know it, but to run a program for almost 2 hours, it takes some thinking, it takes some preparations out of you, it takes some energy out of you. You have to work late nights in terms of get hold of the right music and so on. And what struck me as a colleague, and I work alongside you, as the thoroughly way that you do your preparations. And I want to congratulate you on that, and keep up the wonderful work. And I think that this program is dear to a lot of our listeners. I just want to ask you one question, and that is, what is going through your mind? It's almost a year. Is there some satisfaction for you in this program? I know you as a student of mine, but also as a beloved colleague, and also a colleague in the ministry, and your calling is very earnest to you. But as a student, I remember that you've got always this teachable spirit. And we know and refer to the program's theme song about the spirit that is leading us and so on. And by myself, I try to live it out and so on. You can't teach other people. You can't preach for other people. You can't talk to other people if you haven't got in yourself a teachable spirit. Now, my question to you, Dr. Graham, this morning is there still something that we can teach you? I think you are so knowledgeable. You've got the experience and so on. what is the meaning of this program for you personally?
Well, Dr. Francois, I must say, as I've spoken to J.O., the station manager, just before you came, when he interviewed me with regards to the program and reflecting on the year, this program has taught me a lot about myself that I didn't know.
Wonderful.
As I said to him, and you would know, being the administrator of the Bible school, being in administration in my workplace, but also at the church where I was, and so on. This program is not something that I take lightly. For the mere fact that it was not birthed by me. It was birthed by God.
Oh, absolutely.
The planning for this program was done before this program even went live. I did not know that there was going to be a Radio East River. I did not know that what God had in mind. All that I know was there was a yearning in my spirit to bring to people out there the relevancy of the word, and to be authentic as possible, but also to come with a candid conversation, which means a straight talk conversation, soos ons in Afrikaans sal sê, om die ding kaalkop te praat, reguit te praat en aan mense te sê, dit is wat die woord eintlik sê. Want baie van ons mense, en daar's baie onderwerpe wat in die kerk nie gepraat oor word nie. Ek bedoel, die kerk praat nie oor bullying nie. Die kerk kom nie uit en lewer 'n uitspraak en sê, ons staan dit nie, ons keer dit nie goed nie, ons staan nie daarvoor nie. Ons gaan by die skole omgaan en ons gaan praat met die kinders om bullying te stop en so voort. En as daar gevind word dat een van die gemeentelede se kinders of wie ook al geboelie word of selfs die boelie is, dan kom die kerk nie uit en sê, kom ons vat jou aan die hand en ons we help you to unlearn this attitude of bullying. Or we help you to overcome the hurt that you receive at the hand of a bully. The church doesn't come. The church doesn't come and say, and the things that we speak about, depression and anxiety and all these mental health issues. No. They're not getting there. And God has instilled within me to set this up, to speak exactly on those topics. But that was even before Radio East River was in the picture. And when I got here that was on the 15th of November last year, coming to speak about the Bible school and so on and so forth. And here I am a year later, this very Thursday, when I started my first program at Radio East River, and I'm loving it. It's a passion driver. It's just something that I hold dear to me.
I think you find a niche here, and I think you're in very good company. You know, I don't know if the listeners know that famous theologian of Germany, Karl Barth.
Yes.
He has written wonderful things, and everything he perceives through the lens of Jesus, and so on. And I read something of him, and that reminds me, whilst you're speaking, I think this very unique niche that you find correlates with the thinking of Karl Barth. Karl Barth say, you can't be a Christian, you can't be a follower of Jesus and now in our modern times and so on, if you don't read the Bible on the one hand, and on the other hand, you must get hold of the newspaper of the day.
Yes.
And between the Bible and the principles that you collect out of the Bible and take out of the Bible, you must make it applicable to your daily life. And I think on the couch with Doc and the way that it's a conversation, we engage the listeners and so on. It's a practical way to make the wonderful principles of the Bible practical. And that's why I think our subject this morning is very practical, because bullying is all over the place. In the workplace, it could be in a family environment, it could be in your circle of friends, and so on. And can we have the argument that Jesus was bullied, in a sense? Because I think Scripture has a lot of things to tell us about how do you perceive your neighbor. And I think this program is very helpful. Thanks a lot for your input. Thanks a lot for your creativity this year. Thank you that you've invited me to be with you every third Thursday. It's really a privilege for me to be on the couch with you, and I hope there's many years that awaits this beautiful program.
Thank you, Dr. Francois. It is indeed for me a privilege to have you on the program every third Thursday, because I believe that your contribution adds value to the program and adds value to the listeners out there, and it brings the much needed information when we speak and address these social ills to the listeners and to the viewers, and they can take it away and really go and apply and even take our advice. And it's really a privilege. But back to this morning, bullying is prevalent and it's rife in our society, in the workplace, in schools, on campuses, wherever there is. Now, to me, to you, how do we differentiate between normal conflict or teasing and actual bullying? How do we differentiate between that?
Yeah, I think we must get hold of how we think about the whole concept of bullying, because bullying has got underlying principle in him, and that you must detect, and that is it's a game about power. You feel in that moment as the person that is bullying somebody, I'm powerful. You can't do anything to me. I can organize you as I wish. It's a power play in the sense that you look down to other people, disrespectful, and with a certain intention to hurt that person in a physical sense or in a psychological way, a psychiatric way, in a relationship situation. And it could be that, and I think that for the fact in the research, that bullying is mirroring that the person that display bullying sort of behavioral patterns have got problems in their own self, in their personality. They struggle with their own personality type, and their self-confidence and so on, and work then with projection and all that sort of things. Therefore, I think there's an intention to hurt somebody on the emotional and physical side, and that's not teasing. Teasing, there's a humor factor and so on, but you can overstep it. There's a boundary and so on. It could be sarcasm or something like that. But bullying is very intentional, and it hurt a person permanently in his soul.
Yes. Can we also say that normal conflict is the differences between two people, and they argue about their own perceptions, because
That's right.
I want to be heard and you want to be heard, and then at the end of the day you find out, let's find the middle ground, you strike a balance, you find a solution, and then it is over. There is no hurt in normal conflict unless you out to hurt the person in the conflict situation. But normal conflict is you differ about a certain aspect, and then due to the discussion or the arguments to and fro, because I'm to, you for it, and then finding the middle ground and
That's
then
right.
move on.
That's good.
But in bullying, it's an intention, like you said, to hurt the person. What are some of the lesser known or lesser discussed forms of bullying that people might overlook?
Yeah, I think you must detect it. As you sit there and listen to this program as a listener, as viewer at this stage, I think that's our duty here to make you aware how to detect a bully. You can see it in his voice, in his behavioral patterns. It could be that the person is bigger than you and then overshadow you with his presence and so on. Don't give you time to put your viewpoint also on the table, and are not prepared for the discussion. Bullies are very good, and that's where they come to the front, when they've got spectators.
Yes.
Where there's other people around, so that this bully can display his sort of
power,
demeanor and power and character, and that he's the king and you are the subordinate and you the servant and you must obey. And it's sort of a bragging of my powerfulness and that I've got this person in control. Can you see it? And so on. And therefore, the very important thing is to surround you with other people that differ, that also see what you see in that person, and surround you with fellow mates that has got the same viewpoint. I think there's other ways of bullying in the marriage sort of life and so on, and that is you don't give money for your wife. You bully her. She's very concerned of the children and so on. And there is a sort of power play, and you are the worker. You bring the money into the system, and then you utilize your salary and bully the whole system. If they don't live according to your rules, they must suck it up. And you utilize the money factor to make it uncomfortable for the people around you. Money is also a tool. Then on communication, to ignore somebody. Don't greet somebody. Don't acknowledge somebody when you come and enter a room and so on. Just because you want to do your powerful thing. I don't need you. I'm myself. I'm the hero in my own eyes, and so on. You are somebody I don't attend to. I don't bother about you. To ignore somebody is also you don't recognize that person as a fellow neighbor and soul. It's also a form of bullying. And then I want to conclude. There's also, in terms of microaggression, it's a person that when you're sitting in a meeting and you put your viewpoint on the table, they start laughing about you. And they are the detectives of what is cool and what is not cool. And they always come with negative remarks, negative noises, and so on when you are speaking. And it's not that physically the person is bullying you, but in terms of the social patterns and how this person is sideline you all the time. That's also a form of bullying.
Wow. So there we have it. Those lesser known or lesser discussed forms of bullying, things that people overlook, people don't think of, and so on. As you rightfully mentioned, their marriage and the finances, because that plays a major role. I would not call it borderline narcissistic, but it tends to have a narcissistic flavor. In essence, because it is only you. You are the man. You are the breadwinner. You have the money, and no one else can work with it. You work with it. You don't give. You go shopping. You do whatever you want to do. That is very true. And we will now go on to a music break with Natalie Lane, Fragile. And yes, it is time that we all understand how fragile. There is a song, a secular song, that also have the same name, Fragile. How fragile we are. And I played it last night, and I realized again that we need to understand and to note that all of us are fragile. No matter how strong, no matter how macho or how big or women's liberalism or whatever the case may be, how strong you might think you are, but we all are fragile, and we need to note and take note of that. Let's take a listen.
Het jy geweet? You can have TB with no symptoms. The Oram Institute strives to create a TB-free community for future generations. Come and get your free chest x-ray at the Kleinvlei Community Healthcare Center. We are based here in Easter Rivier. We operate Monday to Friday between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. No appointment needed, no referrals from the doctors needed. Ja, jy het my reg gehoor, die diens is gratis.
There's so many days when everything is breaking. Life falls apart at the seams. You're the God of ages. How are you so patient? Taking care of breakable things. How do you find that kind of time for paper hearts like mine? You know how to hold something fragile. You won't let me go when I unravel. You carry the world on your shoulders, but you know how something fragile. You won't let me go when I unravel. You carry the world on your shoulders, but you know how fragile I am. So I'm safe in your hands. I'm safe in your hands. I'm safe in your hands. I'm safe in your hands.
Radio East River, our station, our talent, and our people.
Yes, fragile, fragile, fragile. It was this morning that I spoke to someone with regards to a delivery that they needed to a collection that they needed to make, and I said to the person, look, the commodity that they're collecting is glass. And I said that the courier needs to take with him fragile stickers. Now, we need to watch out for the fragile stickers that is on us. We need to observe the fragile sticker. But Natalie Lane says, I'm safe in your hands, because she's speaking to God. She's speaking to Jesus. He says, come to me, all those who are burdened and heavy laden. Come to me and I will give you rest, which means cast all your cares upon me and I will care for you. So that is what she's singing, and what she's saying, that we are safe in the arms and the hands of God. Because the people that God surrounded us don't make us feel safe.
Yeah, and I think that's the wonderful news about our subject today, and that's what our listener must be careful of. The bully person, the perpetrator, is not defining you. It's Jesus that defines you.
That's right.
You are
That's
something
right.
special in His eyes. And yes, in the company of a bully, you feel very fragile. That's very true. But the important thing is you must not be like a sponge, and all the things, negative things that is coming from the bullying to you, absorb it and say, okay, this is now my identity.
Yes.
I'm not so cool because this person is telling me I'm not cool.
That's right. That's right.
And you know, we're in good company here in terms of the subject. I don't know if the people outside there knows about Elon Musk. Elon Musk is that person there. He's a South African, old South African from Pretoria area, now living in the States, in America and so on. And that's the guy that shoots all these rockets into the air and so on. And he amazes us with his stunning work that he's doing and so on. Tesla, the electrical motor and so on, is all things that he is busy with. But when you look in terms of his upbringing, his childhood, what has happened in the schools there around Pretoria and so on, ordinary schools like the schools that we attend here, it was part and parcel of his life that he was a victim of bullying behavior of his friends and so on. And he has overcome it. And I think he's a very good example that there is hope, and you can overcome the whole bullying thing.
That's right. That's right. Now the viewers on TikTok and on Facebook will see that in the first half of this program there was nothing here, and the staff of Radio East River brought us a first year balloon. Yes, and I want to say thank you to them for their thoughtfulness of bringing this one into the studio and have it here on display. And as you can see on TikTok, those who are on Facebook won't be able to see it. I'm just going to lower it down so that it can sit here quickly on the table between me and Dr. Francois, so that the viewers on Facebook can also see that On the Couch with Doc is 1 year old. Yes, it's 1 year old, and we have this program on this day. I want the listeners to and the viewers to interact with us. Tell us where you're tuning in from, and if you have a question for us on the bullying subject, please do make a comment, and we will try our level best to then bring the answer to you here on Facebook on the program. So, Dr. Francois, as we continue the program, and you know that social media is rife. That is at the order of the day. Mm-hmm. But that brings another dimension of bullying to the fore. Cyberbullying has become a growing issue. How does it differ from traditional bullying? Traditional bullying, in my understanding, is the face-to-face.
No, I think there you say it.
The normal. But cyberbullying is much more deeper. It goes much more deeper than I would call it the physical bullying.
Mm. And it's faceless, yes. That is the important thing. And there's a lot of people, on these social platforms. And therefore the impact is hugely in your circle of friends, in your family structures, and so on.
Yes.
And that person haven't got the courage to come to the front and person so that you can confront him, so that you can talk to him and bring him to justice and so on. And that brings me to a very important characteristic of the bullying person. It seems like they haven't got a conscience.
Yes.
It feels that they don't have got feelings of regret. And there is sadistic sort of characteristics in the personality type. And therefore that person in a social environment is so destructive that you can declare him as actually as a sick sort of person. Mm. Therefore, we have to understand that this person has a problem, and we must not, the stuff that is coming to us, make it personal.
Yeah.
There is ways, later in the program, we will talk about how you address a situation like this. But as you sit and listen to the whole phenomena of a bully, you must understand that that person is, in the deepest sense of the word, are sick and need some care of a professional.
Yeah.
And therefore, it's a very important subject, and we must understand as fellow humans and so on, we've got a responsibility to do something about this whole phenomena and eradicate it out of our societies.
That is absolutely true. And cyberbullying is, and social media is something that is on the rise. People use this to, oh my goodness, sometimes to air dirty laundry, to bring into disrepute the other person's character and to smear them on Facebook, on the socials, etc., etc. But more so, also to make the person to feel as if they are nothing.
Nothing. Mm.
As if they are nothing. They are worthless. They are not a human being that should exist in life. And what they are doing is not good enough. They are not good enough. What they are doing is not good enough. And meaning bringing that person's worth to below 0.0.
And I think we have to say that the social platforms is a new thing for all of us. I think it's only, 20 years old now and so on. But in terms of the law, in the law world and so on, people are starting thinking about there must be some laws in place for these platforms, and there must be also channels that you can follow. If there is something that is on the platform that you find disturbing, you can go on that specific platform and make it, known. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. You can go and write to the persons that is in charge of this platform and say, this is my experience. Can we do something about this? And so on. Therefore, there must not be hesitance for you and me that can be a victim of this sort of behavior. You can do something. You're not a victim of the circumstances.
Yes.
And if you don't know what to do, get hold of your teacher, get hold of an older brother or someone that you know that you can trust. Go to your pastor, go to a therapist, but there is ways how you can bring that person in the light and confront him with his sort of destructive behavioral patterns.
Yes. Having said that, Dr. Francois, you touch on the following question. How can individuals protect themselves from cyberbullying, and what steps can they take if they become a victim? I know, like on Facebook or I think on many of these platforms, you can report.
That's right. You can report it.
You can report it, and then the administrators of the platform will then block that number, take that number out of circulation, or that Facebook page, whatever. I know a friend of mine fell victim of something like that and reported it, and then the page, the Facebook page, was blocked, so that person could not utilize it anymore. But are there other ways and means to really protect oneself from cyberbullying?
I think we must not be naive in terms of the subject this morning, Dr. Graham, because I think people that falls victim and previously falls victim of this situation, no, the problem is when you become a whistleblower, when you become, and that bully person is detecting that you make life miserable for him, then they tend to be more severe and so on. Therefore, there's a sort of an anxiety that is coming in you, and you don't want to say something because you are afraid that there will be a backlash from the perpetrator. Therefore, I think it's very important that you go yourself for therapy in terms of how to stand your man, if I can put it that way.
Your ground,
or I think stand your ground, or I think the better word is assertiveness.
Yes,
you have to work on your assertiveness skill sets, and you also can from your side. You can, I've mentioned it, surround you with people all the time that feels the same like you, so that you can stand together with each other. And the other thing is you can go, I've mentioned a few people and leaders in the society, and talk to them that they help you with skills, how to address that situation. And then when you be confronted, you utilize that skill sets. But it's very important that you surround you with people, that you don't stand alone.
Yes.
Because the loneliness in this situation can be very harmful in the long run in your life.
Yes, that is always the case when you a whistleblower. You get targeted. You receive a tag as Uma Pimpi and so on. So that is why people don't come forward.
That's the problem.
They suffer, as we would call it in the
silence
in the practice. Yes, they suffer in silence, and then drown themselves, and not put up their hand, come forward to say, I'm being bullied. Only when it's too late, we find out. When the bullied person had enough of bullying and then tends to end their life, then we only find out, but this person was actually bullied all the time. When the person lands up in an institution because of the bullying, then we only find out, but it comes on for years and years and years. But the respect here is that the person that's being bullied needs to step forward and say, I'm being bullied, you know, and it's not weak. It's actually strong. It's they exercise a lot of strength in stepping forward. You're not being weak. You're being strong in stepping forward, acknowledging that there's a perpetrator and you are being a victim of bullying, and you addressing that bullying tactics or attitude from the perpetrator.
I think especially in the educational environment, in the schools environment,
yes.
I want to honor our teachers outside. They know about bullying patterns amongst children and on the school grounds and so on. They are experts in this field. And therefore, you can go to your teacher, your principals of our schools and so on. They are on the same page. They want to eradicate this sort of behavioral pattern.
Yes.
And therefore, you're not alone. And if that person is coming back to you because you're not so cool, or you're a whistleblower, or you split me, and now I come from you, there will be some consequences.
Yes.
That person, you know, can be put out of that school environment and so on. You are not alone, and I think our people in the environment of education, they are well equipped to help you and guide you through circumstances like this, so that you don't feel alone and so that you feel protected.
Yes, definitely, Dr. Francois. And our people need to understand, come forward, speak up. Speak up, speak up. There's a lot of things that we can say, but the most important one is that you speak up and address it. Don't fall victim. Don't become a victim. Don't stay a victim, but become a victor. You must become a victor to reign over the bully. And once they see that you are reigning over them, God did not give us a spirit of fear, but we will listen to that song later. We go on to a music break right away, and it is Unbreakable. God has made us unbreakable, but we need to stand our ground. We need to stand our ground. Sophie is going to sing for us, Unbreakable.
Is jy 'n besigheidseienaar, boer, werkgewer of bestuurder? CSA help jou met jou arbeidsreg en regsnakomingsbehoeftes. Laat ons jou UIF, OHS, BEE, papienakoming en arbeidsreg hanteer, sodat jy kan fokus op die bestuur van jou besigheid met gemoedsrus. Besoek ons by csa.co.za. Dit is SWESA.co.za. Sedert 1998. CSA, jou besigheid uitgesorteer.
between these walls. There's nowhere else to go. I don't know who to talk to. My life just kinda flipped around. I don't even know how to make another sound. I'm all alone. All of a sudden I become so quiet. My thoughts just take over my brain. All that I know how to do is cause myself and others pain. I need to find a way to escape, a way to leave, to stop the tension and all the hate. But I have nowhere to go, stuck in this country, in this home. I'm just so lost, so lost. One day they like me, the next day decide to fight me. It's all so unstable, I feel so incapable. I used to smile all the time, all the time. Now it's all lost, it flew away like a piece of dust off from more than I smile, and I'm down the whole while. Everything is so different, I can't even cry for help. I'm all alone, I need to escape, need to find a way, need to get rid of this fear, need to get out and dry my tears. I need to run, nowhere to hide. I'm gonna get out of this mess, even if I need to fly. I'm gonna flee from this mess, gonna be free from this wreck, from this wreck, from this one big ocean wreck. I'm not ever running away. I hope that it'll be better, I hope it will be happier. We'll start off new and fresh, hopefully nothing less. I'm gonna be stronger, I'm gonna be wiser. I'll be invincible once I'm rebuilt. Nothing will bring me down. I'm gonna be unbreakable, unbreakable, unbreakable. I'm gonna be unbreakable, unbreakable.
Radio East River. Radio East Rivier. Radio East River. Radio East River.
That is exactly where you are, tuned in, locked in on Radio East River, our station, our talent for our people. And that is exactly what we are doing right here, right now. Everything that we bring is for our people, and we do it through our station, and we're utilizing our talents to bring this to you. Sophie just sang to us, unbreakable. She said she's going to be strong. Tomorrow is going to be better. She's going to be wiser. And that is exactly why we're bringing these programs to you, to wise you up, to make you wiser, to give you the information so that you can withstand and stand against this atrocity and the perpetrators out there that is victimizing our people. Dr. Francois, how does repeated bullying affect a person's self-esteem and the sense of worth?
Yeah, I think we've listened to the song Unbreakable and so on. And in the Lord we stand firm and so on. But
Yes.
we have to admit the effects of to be a victim of bullying activities in your life bring some scars. We have to admit it. It brings pain in your life, but it's not brokenness. You
Yes.
not break in the very essence of the meaning of the word. You are broken, but you carry the scars. Now, the long-term effect, I think it's very important. When you detect in yourself that you start beginning to isolate yourself from social environments and so on, you must take that as an indication that I am in a space that I'm not comfortable with people anymore, and I want to protect myself from people, and therefore I become an animal lover, and that's I get hold of a substitute, I get a hold of my computer, or I do just my own thing, I get hold of my hobby, and I don't want to interact with people anymore.
Yes.
And therefore, I became a hermit in a sense, a person all by myself, and because I carry this pain of what people is doing to me. If you detect anti-social tendencies in your own way of going about with people, you must understand that's a red light that is coming on, and you have to see a professional and get start working on that. The second thing is the self-image, that you can't believe anymore in yourself and your ability. You think you are a loser, because that is what the bullying is. Constantly, that is his signal to you. You're the loser. I'm the cool one. You're not the cool one. And that sort of thing. And then you take that stuff in and internalize it and say, it could be right. He's right. I am a loser. I haven't got the friends that he's got. I'm not so popular than he or she, and so on. And therefore, there must be something wrong with me.
Yes, yes.
And then you start believing that there is something wrong with me. Therefore, the long-term effects could be devastating, so that you haven't got the ability anymore to talk with other people, because you are scared that they can mean harm to you, and you isolate yourself more and more. Depression can be part on the long run in your life, that you feel you don't belong, the sense of belonging. I haven't got that. There's nobody that really cares for me, and also in the vein and in the line of isolation and so on. Therefore, I think it's very important that nowadays it's wonderful. You can equip yourself also with YouTube videos and so on. If you just go on the cyberspace and so on, that is the benefit to Google a subject and so on. How to handle a bully. There's a lot of information there that you can utilize and learn from and equip yourself. I think in terms of Ephesians 6, put the armor plate on, the sword, and you know who you are in Jesus Christ, our Lord.
Yes.
And then you start equipping yourself. And I think you've got a very nice tool in terms of Google search and these platforms like YouTube and so on, that if you look at the right sort of videos, it's very informative and can educate you how to handle the situation.
Thank you, Dr. Francois. You make me think, and there's a saying that says, knowledge is power.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Knowledge is power. So if our viewers and our listeners on the app can equip themselves, gain the knowledge as to how to handle it, what to do, where to go, what not to do, I think they would then be better off, because then they have tools in their hands as to how to navigate this. My next questions, it's two questions, but I'm going to concise it into one question. Can the trauma of bullying, the person experience bullying as a as a child or as an adolescent, a teenager, and so on. But can the trauma of the bullying they experience in their teenage adolescent life, can they take that into adult life? And then the other question that goes with it, what are some of the psychological or emotional signs that someone might be dealing with bullying?
Yeah,
I think you basically answered that that's withdrawal and the depression and being away from people, you isolating yourself, etc. So that question was basically answered. But the one that I am most interested in is the one of the trauma of bullying taken into the adult life or adulthood. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's very important, Dr. Graham. Each of us, whenever, are you married? Are you single? Are you in a working environment? Nowadays, it's very important that you get hold of a life coach, a mentor, a person that you can talk to.
Yes.
Therefore, in terms of your question, if you got the support structure in terms of a person that you can talk about your pain, that will be very helpful. I think the important thing in your upbringing, when you are confronted with a bully, I've mentioned the word, you get hold of scars. And
Yes.
you can carry that scars into your adult relationship, in your working environment.
Yes.
You get hold of a lens and the perspective that all people are the same.
Yeah.
All people are like bullies. All people means harm to me.
Yes, yes.
And therefore, it's very important that you've got a therapist or the mentor or something a little bit older that knows about life and the circumstances, just to help you to put the locomotive in terms of your emotional structure that fell off the rails and so
Yes,
on,
yes.
just on the rails again, and say, let's get hold of the perspective in terms of the situation. We
Absolutely.
acknowledge the fact that you are bullied in your upbringing. The scars is there. And I think that is very important in a therapeutic sort of situation. Acknowledge the harm that is done to you.
Yes,
But
yes.
then you are not the victim of that circumstances. You can transcend your bad upbringing in a certain way. That's why we are
Absolutely.
followers of Jesus.
Yes.
You can be a victor, as you put it. You can get a work around it in your emotional structure, in your way, how you're thinking about neighbors, and so on. And that's why I underscore it, underline it, what you said. Knowledge, I think, makes you stronger
Yes.
in terms of the harm of your upbringing and so on.
Absolutely.
And don't duplicate it then. And you become yourself then a bully in your adult life.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you are bullied. Because that is, it's got a domino effect.
Yes.
It could be because you are bullied in your upbringing and you become a parent that you start bullying your children again.
Yes.
And that's very important that you break the pattern.
Break the cycle.
And the cycle, I think that is a better word, of bullying as such, so that you don't become a bully yourself.
Yeah, yeah. And then, as you said it, I want to add to that, staying in that vicious cycle of bullying, you even if you become a bully, you were a victim, now you a bully, you stay in that cycle.
That's right.
And you remain bullied, because now the I would call it the psychological frame that you find yourself in as a victim of bullying turned to be a bully to another victim, but you stay under that spell, I would call it, of bullying. Whether you bully or being bullied, you remain under that cloud of bullying. And that is where we want our listeners, our viewers to break free. Break free from this chain, this I would call it a what's the word that I'm looking for? This hold. There's a word in the Bible. It's a stronghold. That's the word. Break free from that stronghold. The Bible says, I think Paul writes to the Corinthians that we need to demolish those strongholds. And I want to urge our viewers on TikTok, on Facebook, and also those who are listening by way of the Radio East River app. I want to encourage you, break free. Get out of that bully jail, whether you're a bully or whether you're a victim. Both of you, get out of that jail, because God sent Jesus to free you and to set you free. And those whom the Son sets free are free indeed. And the next song by Rachel Lynn, where she says, and here I want to say to you, dare to be different. Dare to be different. Stand up against those who are bullying you, so that they can also realize that they need help. Let's take a listen to the song, Dare to be Different.
Hierdie week vir wiele twee wiele, Mercedes AMG GT63 SE Performance. Wat 'n bioniese kar.
So this week we are invited to the launch of the brand new Nissan's Magdot.
Dan gaan Nickel by Gethoof 'n draai maak en hy en Marianta Fraier speel 'n speletjie vir twee wiele. Dit was die laaste ronde van die 2024 MotoGP kampioenskap en Clinton gaan ons op hoogte hou daarvan. En dit is alles waarna jy kan uitsien tydens wiele twee wiele. Maar tot dan toe.
Hou daai wiele aan die rol.
Walks to school, nobody notices. He hides the bruises underneath his clothes. His mom don't ask, and he won't tell. All his friends don't know him oh so well. Nobody knows that he's breaking. Nobody knows where he's been. Everybody says that he's broken, but I think he's just bent. Dare to be different. Class with a hoodie on, behind the mask she's worn so long. The teacher don't hear all the rumors spread, or the notebook saying how I wish I was dead. Who will care that she's breaking? Who will care where she's been? Everybody says that she's broken, You ever know how your words can cut someone? Look into their eyes, and maybe you will see that everyone is how they're meant to be. It's time for us to care that they're breaking. It's time for us to care where they've been. You might say that we're broken, but I think we're a little bent. Dare to be different. Dare to be different.
Radio Eerste Rivier, onze stasie, onze talent, onze mense. WhatsApp ons by 064 536 9095. Talk to us, die ding ruk hier.
Yes, Rachel Lynn says, dare to be different. It is time to care. It is time to care for the person, to care about where they come from, who they are, what they about. It is time. But we can only do that if we are in their space. We can only do that if we assist them. You cannot do that with bullying. Dr. Francois, as we wrap this program up, how can peers or bystanders help stop bullying when they witness it happening?
Yeah, I think that's the big problem. That is so painful to talk about it. That people, in my practice, I work with this phenomena of bullying. And one of the bad things of the victim, in terms of the experience, I'm the victim there, and there's of my classmates that surround the situation is there. But the big thing that I'm struggling with is that they are not there for me.
Yeah.
They are overlookers. They are spectators. They just turn a blind eye.
Yes.
And that sort of thing. And that is trauma. That is trauma, that you've got the expectation that your friends will come to the rescue to you, and it doesn't happen. And that is very painful. For the victim of bullying.
Yes.
I think that is a wake-up call for all of us, and it's very interesting, when you've got the perception about sin and wrongdoing, it's interesting in the Bible, it's not only the things that you do that is sinful and harmful, but it's also the things that you are supposed to do and you don't do it.
Yes.
You just be passive around it.
Yes.
You have to speak up, but you don't do it. And I think that's a wake-up call for all of us that is followers of Jesus and so on.
Yeah.
Now, what's the problem there? You are scared in that circumstances when you go into the situation and become the rescuer, that the bully person will turn on you as well. And in certain circumstances, you can understand that and so on. But I think a very important remark around the subject, Dr. Graham, is also you can write down what you've experienced.
Yes.
And that is applicable to the person that is the victim of the bullying. Start writing about it. Start writing about your feelings. Put it in a draft so that it be specific with the facts, what has happened, and so on, and externalize it in a certain sense on a piece of paper. And people that are witnesses of this thing Okay, you don't want to talk about it. Don't want to step in that situation, but you can write something down, a sort of a report, and give it to a certain person that can step in, your teacher or your pastor or your brother or somebody, and you've got something then on paper. But please, let's refrain from the situation that we don't do anything when we are a spectator of somebody that is being bullied.
Yes, Dr. Francois, so true, so true. It reminded me of a clip that I watched, and I was first and foremost, I was taken aback by what happened. It was a classroom setup. I think it's, say for instance, in university, and the lecturer came in, and then he observed one of the female students sitting there, and he ordered her out of his class. And he said these words, that I don't want to see you ever again.
Sure.
And then he poses the question, what is the things that we want to see happen in life? And then the class participated in this and says, no, that we do right, and that we live in integrity. And then there was one student that says that there be justice. And then he poses the question, now when I put that student out of my classroom, why didn't you object? Why didn't none of you?
That's a very good example.
Come and protest to say, no, but why? She did nothing. She sat there as all of us sat in the classroom, and you walked in and you ordered her out of your class. It can't happen. He asked the question. He says, now, if you want to see justice in life, why did you not protest? Why did you not participate? Why didn't you come forward and say, why didn't you come up against me to say, but sir, you cannot do that. Give us a good reason why she needs to leave the classroom. But as far as we're concerned, she did absolutely nothing, and it is unjust for you to put her out of your classroom. And what you rightfully said now, it boils down to that. People need to step forward and say, it's wrong. This is wrong. You cannot do that. And step forward as a matter of protesting and making the bully understand, but we're not going to stand for this. And the bully itself he cannot fight a collective, he fights a person. He singles out the weak one. That is what bullies does. They single out the weak one and they zoom into the weakest, and then that becomes their prey. But if there is a strong cooperation, a strong force that surrounds that weak person, then the bully finally sees, but hey, there's more against me than there is for me. Neutralizing the bully is to not stand with the bully, but to stand against the bully. And that is important. My last question, what role does empathy and emotional intelligence play in reducing bullying in both children and adult life?
Yeah, I think that is very important. The whole subject of this morning is very emotional. We have to understand that it's got a huge emotional impact. And what is the underlying two emotional phenomena that you can bring in conjunction with bullying activities and so on? On the one hand, that person is creating anxiety to the social structure. In that circumstances, nobody wants to stand up to that person because anxiety is the overall emotional structure. And that's why you must utilize these circumstances to exercise, not to become so easily full of anxiety.
Yes.
I will come to what is the word anxiety or emotional structure that we all have to strive for. The second one is the whole thing of you're angry. You become angry. The bully person itself is angry about something, and now he's taking it out on other individuals. It could be his parents or his circumstances or whatever, but it's angry. You, as the victim of that bully person, you became angry. And then for the rest of your life, your adulthood, you're always angry about everything. Angry is the overall thing, emotional structure that is imprinted in your brain, in your behavioral patterns, because I don't want to become a victim again. I think the EQ that we are talking about, we must utilize circumstances like this to practice and this is a very important thing, to be assertive, yes, and to exercise your firmness qualities.
Yes.
It's not necessary to become angry. It's not necessary to go into anxiety as such. But you work on your skill set to be firm and say, this is my boundaries. I think you are overstepping it. And if you overstep this in some or another way, it will come back to you. Therefore, know your boundaries and be assertive in it and be firm on it. But without to be angry and full of anxiety. Work with a plan, work with a knowledge base, and work that knowledge that you get hold of in the circumstances and make your decisions how you want to handle your own emotions according to the new knowledge base, according to your mentor, according to your therapist, the person that is guiding you. The very important thing, EQ, is to understand I'm not alone. I belong. There's other peoples for me, brothers and sisters. There is people that is not knowledgeable, and there's always hope, and you can come out of the circumstances.
Great stuff, Dr. Francois. Yes, there it is. There you have it. People of Radio East River, our viewers on TikTok and on Facebook and on the Radio East River app. That's a wrap for this program on the many faces of bullying. And we sincerely hope and trust that you will go forth and apply the knowledge that you receive through this program on the couch with Doc, and write to us, write to the radio station, and we will get your comments when we do, and they will also then forward those comments to us. I want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in, those who made comments. Bell J, powerful conversation. Josh Kinnear Jr., good morning, Dr. Taylor and guest. And then Farushka said happy first anniversary to On the Couch with Doc. And then here is a comment here. My 11-year-old daughter is currently being bullied. We are busy resolving the issue, without mentioning the name of the person who sent that in because of the sensitivity thereof. So we trust that even this program has shed some excellent light and much needed light on this program, and we know that you will be blessed and you will apply it. And so with no further ado, we will play out with the song I Am No Longer a Slave to Fear by Zach Williams, and let it be known that you are no longer a slave to bullying. You're no longer a slave to fear. and God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. So let it be known, you are a victor and not a victim. God bless you. Until next time, we'll see you then. Let's take a listen.
Siyafumaneka bantu, siyafumaneka guys. Inombolo yethu ngu 064 536 9095.
I'm no longer a slave to fear. Oh, I am a child of God. Oh, I'm no longer a slave to fear. Oh, I am a child of God. You unravel me with a melody, and you surround me with a song of deliverance from my enemies, until all my fears are gone. And I'm no longer a slave to fear. Oh, I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. Oh, I am a child of God. child of God. Yes, I am a child of God. Yes, I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. Oh, I am a child of God. Oh, I'm no longer a slave to fear.
Radio East River. Radio East River. Radio East River. Radio East River.